So to be continued from the last video, because I ran out of storage, to social workers. Social workers are, like I said, master degree prepared, so they are also counselors. We use social workers pretty heavily to help families through what we call the psychosocial aspects of hospice care. Let's face it, no family is perfect. All of us have our own set of complications and issues that we deal with as families. So that social worker is really there to help you through the emotional part of what this journey looks like. Stages of grief are very important to us. It's the reason why we do what we do, is to help minimize that grief. You're still going to be sad. It's still going to hurt. But how can we help you prepare for the event of your loved one passing? If we can get you to the point of acceptance, and we'll go through the 5 stages of grief at a later moment, that is really what we want to do, is to prepare your loved one for the inevitable. Because let's face it, all of us will deal with death, whether it's a sudden death or a long illness or even a short illness. We will all face it with our loved ones, our mothers, our fathers, sisters, brothers, best friends, coworkers. I've had that recently. Ones that you think will be around forever, and they're just not. So for me personally, hospice is a gift. We get that gift of time, the time to say goodbye, the time to do what we want to do. Social workers are fantastic for even helping us as nurses, CNAs, etc., through this process and this journey of death. So that's social workers. Social workers generally see their patients twice a month. Sometimes it is more than that based on what your need is as a family. I've been in the role of patient care manager and administrator, if I see that a patient's family, if they're getting close, then it is common for you to see your social worker at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. If there's a lot to navigate through and your person is getting ready to pass, we really want to pour on that discipline, that person, to help you talk through the feelings that you're having when you're watching your loved one go through this. It's very important. Chaplain services. A lot of companies will say that this is elective. Chaplains are not there just to pound you over the head with the Bible. They're not. They're really there to help answer those questions on afterlife. A lot of chaplains are trained to cover all types of religions and beliefs, not just Christianity. It can also be Buddhism, Hinduism, you name it. I mean, we've had training courses on Muslim and Islam. What does that look like? You know, as healthcare professionals, as Western healthcare professionals, we need to realize that we're really the oddballs out when it comes to how we handle death and grief. Other cultures really handle this a whole lot healthier, even though I'm not saying that it's not sad, but they do handle it a little bit healthier than what our Western culture handles it. So having that chaplain available, coming by and allowing you to talk through the spirituality part of it. It's a big part of what hospice care is. They are specially trained on how to handle that. So take advantage of that. When I've been running hospice companies, I always say that they need to meet that chaplain at least once. And after they meet that chaplain, then they can decide if they want that level of care or not. CNAs, certified nursing assistants, truly are angels. If your nurses are your warriors, because we are warriors, your CNAs are your absolute angels. This is the discipline that you'll spend more time with, because they can come in daily, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, whatever, to help bathe your person, change your person, get them dressed, do mouth care, those kind of needs. It is huge. Most companies, though, will have CNAs just do an in and out, so a 45-minute to a 1-hour visit. They don't stay for hours and hours and hours. If a company is enticing you with many hours of CNA care, especially in South Carolina, know that that is illegal. That is called a kickback or an enticement, and a lot of companies do it to try to ensure a healthy census. Okay, CNAs have a function and a role, that is to make sure your patient is clean and dry, your loved one is clean and dry and bathed for that day. Um, Most people feel like they need to have it every day, especially when it comes to incontinence care. We do have a lot of elderly caregivers where it's very hard for them to change and turn and bathe that person. So your CNA will come in and help you with that care. That doesn't mean that they're there to dust your baseboards, clean out your refrigerator, those kind of things. This is very patient and care plan specific. And I'll get more into the care plans part of it later. So that is your disciplines. Attending physician. That attending physician can decide if they want to be a part of it. Most of them elect not to follow their patient because they know that this is a very busy part of life. That medical director of the hospice or whoever is following that patient as a physician can get called all during the day and night and on weekends. So it's a very busy practice, hospice care is. So attending physician, medical director of the hospice, nurse practitioner, registered nurse, LPN, social worker, chaplain, and CNA make up your team. The last thing I'm going to add just to this part of it is another question to ask a hospice company if you're hospice shopping is, do your RN case managers also have to participate in on-call? So a good healthy company with a healthy census, 40 to 80, so forth, should have their own set of on-call teams. I've been a part of that myself. That's really what the last 2 years of my life has been, is a weekend on-call nurse. So you see everything on the weekends. Is it just people that do Monday through Thursday after hours, and then a whole nother set of people or nurses who do on-call on the weekends? Because like I said, hospice is busy. It is 24/7 and anything can happen at any given time with falls, crisis events that needs visits. You really do deserve healthy, fresh, well-rested nurses to come to your rescue at moments like this. And if a hospice company is putting their registered nurses at a point where they've worked all day and now they've got to work all night and now they've got to work all day too and all the weekends, then you're looking at burnout. So ask those questions. Do you have a separate on-call team that can handle your needs after hours and on weekends? Because let's face it, crises rarely happen Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. They generally are at night and on weekends. This is a very brief overview on Hospice 101. There's a lot more to say on it, and as I clear up more storage on my device, I will put more out there. So thank you for taking the time to watch these 2 videos. Like I said, there's more to come. But my name is Lisa. I'm a registered nurse. I do live in South Carolina. And I thank you for taking the time to listen. Please give me your feedback. There is a comment section below. I'd be interested to hear how other nurses are feeling about this level of care called hospice that we love from other states and even other countries. We do need to learn about how all of our cultures and everybody handles what all of us will have to face, which is death and dying. Thanks again. You'll have a great day.